Radio, a constantly changing art form. Marconi. Lakehurst, New Jersey.
Oh, the humanity.
The Mercury Theater.
This is Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen.
A new world order.
Hi, this is Casey Kasem.
From that first broadcast, a medium that has been pruned, honed, trimmed, winnowed, bonsai, pruned, and deposited here today, ready to be moistened with the watering can of evolutionary dew. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
Hey, folks, welcome to the Dennis Miller Show. I am the aforementioned Mr. Miller. Rand Paul, riding a wave. The purity of the Buster. The purity of the Buster. Don't know what it means, but I just like saying it.
All I know is that was some good Buster.
Good Buster. And, well, there's some good news today. The jobs numbers are good. And, you know, I don't want to get into the business of not celebrating. I know this whole thing's gotten so fractious in this country, but happy about that. Like to see more on it. Not more of it. I'll take it a month by a time like anybody. But I'd like to find out. The number that always concerns me is when that number goes down because people drop out. So I got to read about that sometime today. That I don't like. That seems so simplistic to me when people say the job numbers are better, but it's because people are dropping out. So I got to read on that one, and I haven't gotten to it yet. And our friend George Lutz got his 15th state to adopt the Honor and Remember flag, and he sent me a nice email. Thank you, Georgie. Love you. And 15th state was Indiana. We've got Marianne and Lynn B. They're both Hoosierites, right?
Absolutely.
And two of our sweetest callers. So thank you, Indiana, and the guys and the gals. And good for you, Georgie. Keep fighting them, baby. And again, you know, George has been given the task of fighting to remember his son and all the son's passings. And he meets it every day, and I really admire him for that. All right, what else is happening in the world? We got a lot of Rand Paul clips today because, you know, Van Jones is on Rand Paul's and bandwagon, and Cenk Uyghur. I know it's just how they had to get Cenk Uyghur on board.
I didn't know he had closed the Young Turks.
Is that show off?
I don't know. He was, at least at one point, one of the Young Turks.
Yeah, I know that, but because I saw that Feldo clip, it's sort of Feldo defending me, or not really defending me, saying I'd gone to the dark side but being sweet to me, and Uyghur and his co-host kind of looking at Feldo and saying, really, I find that hard to believe that he's funny. And Feldo was trashing the other two hosts they compared me to, because he's worked for all three of us. And he was saying they were anti-union, and I was the only one who honored the worker. And the guy said, I find that hard to believe. And Feldo's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I've worked for all three of them. Anyway.
So you do know well enough to run a union shop, because
I run a union shop for one reason. At least the union's got to give me that. I don't want to get my car keyed.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to the union once in my life for the most amazingly simple thing. They whipped out 15 bylaws that screwed me. I got it. I just smile now. Unions are the greatest thing that ever existed.
You weren't a writer on SNL.
They're the wisdom, the steady hand. Love the unions, teachers unions. They're the best, Dennis. And it's brought to you by Barbasol. The soup of the day is turkey Jook. What's Jook? J-O-O-K.
It's a Chinese soup for when you're sick.
I thought it was a Johnny Depp character. Didn't he play something called Jook somewhere?
That was Edward Jook Hands, but you were close.
All right. It's brought to you by Barbasol. A Barbasol man knows how to get a close shave in any situation, so lather up with Barbasol and shave like a man.
So I shouldn't be using it to shave like a lady?
Couldn't you let me sit in that for a second? I really hit a note there.
You did?
Well, I don't usually like my acting, but I thought, God, you could do that in the movie and people would buy that. You could have been nominated for The Departed.
Yeah, but could you do it again on a second take?
No, I couldn't. That's why I tell them. I tell all the great directors, Howard Hawks, get me on my first take because I bleed off. Who's on this hour?
Me and you.
And a dog named John Merline from Investors Business Daily. Good numbers today. And we'll see what he has to say. And I can ask him. I don't even have to research it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll just ask John about that.
He's in that business.
Well, that's the creepy number to me. You know, if people are just dropping out left and right, and that makes the unemployment rate go down. That's so weird to me. All right, and here's the best news story of the day. A new study shows that nearly 80% of New York City high school graduates need to relearn basic skills before they can enter the city university's community college system. 80%. Tough reading skills. Now, these kids are lost, unfortunately. But at least the next generation will grow up never knowing what a big gulp looks like.
That kicks in on Tuesday next week.
Have you seen the First Lady's new Let's Move initiative? Move spelled M-U-V-E. Let's
They get it.
move. What do you mean they get it? I hadn't even gotten it out yet.
Move.
I know, but...
The kids get it. So you're saying the First Lady spelled it wrong.
Oh, man, why do you come in like that? And I had such a... It was like Survivor, Episode 2. They had that fire. Somebody rubbed the two bamboo things together. They got it going.
My one item was a cigarette lighter. I was ready.
All right, because here you come with a big old honking whip right on my little Dennis Miller show.